The following comments are real, unfiltered, and deeply concerning. Viewer discretion is advised.
This part always make my ovaries do somersaults. Can guarantee if you fall asleep to this, you'll wake up pregnant. Sleep token brings out the most aggressive baby, making moods out of me. Freaking adore this. His voice is underwear ruining. I want to be passed around this band disrespectfully.
These are actual fan comments from my own Sleep Token videos. This is not me scouring the internet. This was just checking my notifications. This type of obsessional fan base is killing the band. So much so that the band created a song essentially calling out the fan base. But first, some backstory. Sleep Token. The band that emerged from the shadows wearing masks, robes, and the weight of 1,000 Tumblr posts. A mysterious group led by a guy named Vessel. They wanted to create a sacred space for art, emotion, and creative freedom. They were mysterious, atmospheric, emotional, a mix of Deftones, R&B, Gregorian chanting, probably a scented candle aisle, and a haunted yoga studio. And then, as always, a few fans found it and said, "That's cool. Let's ruin it." There's a moment when every fan base goes from enthusiastic to "I would burn down a Chili's for this band." Sleep Token fans did that and then started excavating hidden messages from Vessel's shoelaces. It's full-on worship now, and not even just the worship that the band says. It's actual worship. Like worshiping Vessel like he's some kind of misunderstood god instead of just a singer with a mortgage. You want to enjoy the music? Too bad. First, you must pass the trial of correctly interpreting the 5th line of the 3rd verse of The Summoning. And this is where things go off the rails. Because when a fan base gets too intense, people stop blaming the music and start avoiding the band altogether. Sleep Token fans are really towing that Tool, Rick and Morty, BTS fan line, where the fandom becomes a reason not to listen. So let's talk about not chemistry, but caramel. On March 29th, Sleep Token, in their infinite cryptic wisdom, decided to collaborate with a weather anchor on the release of their new track.
Happy Saturday. I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels with WRAL. And by now you know to prepare for any storm that may come through, but do you really know where you are? Well, behold, an offering to help you get better acclimated with that. Of course, details will emerge throughout the week, developing starting Monday.
So yes, they collaborated with a guy that normally tells you about incoming thunderstorms. It was weird, mysterious, kind of on brand. And then the fans went full nuclear. They started harassing the station, harassing comment sections, because the song wasn't dropping fast enough. They didn't want clues. They wanted a goddamn song. It's Prague, people. This is part of it. People were messaging journalists, probably trying to DM the anchor. It got so bad that the band moved up the release just to shut everyone up. And the anchor had to release a video of himself asking fans to stop harassing people.
And it's come to my attention that people throughout the Sleep Token project that I'm working with and working on, that a select few have been rude to the viewers on some of the live streams. All I ask is that you please don't do that. I get the disappointment and the backlash even toward me, but my viewers didn't sign up for that, especially on a day when we're preparing for potential severe weather.
And apologizing, of all things, for some reason. And the biggest twist? The song that they released, Caramel, if you read the lyrics, it's Vessel literally pouring his heart out about how awful it feels to be under constant scrutiny. Completely calling out the fans. It's very obvious. I didn't fully notice on my first reaction, because I didn't, it's hard to completely hear and interpret the lyrics offhand unless you have them up in your front of your face. I noticed a couple lines, and after re-listening, it was completely obvious exactly what the song was about. So it was about toxic fans, and the fans were so toxic that they had them put out the song quicker proving the lyrics of the song. A vulnerable moment from a private artist, as private as an artist can be, fully anonymous, immediately met with the fans demanding,
"Where's the song, Weather Boy?"
Peak fandom behavior. Vessel's over here writing songs about mental exhaustion and spiritual isolation, while the fan base is performing pyramids trying to decode merch drops. He wanted anonymity. They gave him a cult. And the working theory is that we weren't even supposed to get caramel, or at least, not instantly.
A good time to maybe plan to return to the garden, but to actually do some planting. Some of you have said you actually wait until Mother's Day.
You'll notice it said something about plant. I don't understand if that has anything to do with caramel. The working theory is that because of everything that happened, they already had that song ready. They were like, fuck it, shut it down, give them caramel. Sorry, my southern came out. So what now? Well, thankfully, Sleep Token isn't just gonna disappear overnight. The band still slaps. Best case scenario, Sleep Token keeps their anonymity, they keep their distance, try to keep it from getting to their heads too much, and they keep putting out music for a while. Maybe the fans get the hint and everything works out. Worst case scenario, they implode, stop making music altogether, just in order to get some semblance of normality back. Or they unmask just to shut everyone up, and then people stop caring because the mystery's gone now, and then they just fade out. So if the fan base does not chill, they themselves become the biggest threat to the thing they love the most. You can love a band without making it your entire existence. You can enjoy the aesthetic without turning it into a crusade. Maybe just listen to the songs. Maybe just appreciate the vibe. Stop bullying weather anchors and rock out, but without your cocks out. So comment and subscribe if you've ever feared a fan more than the band, or if you're a Sleep Token fan and you feel personally affected by this video. This is a safe place, mostly. Don't forget to come by our live streams, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Fridays for new album release reactions over on Twitch. Old Ed Mike signing off, reminding you, never too old for this.